Hello everyone. This is a response to a theme in the Pope's Christmas message, which has been a running theme in this pontiff's papacy. Firstly, I want to mention that there are many beautiful things that I personally enjoy that have come from either directly or inspired by the Universal Church. Whether it is in the visual arts or music, some of the most amazing architecture I've ever seen are cathedrals, and looking at Vatican City at any time of the day, but more so during a sunset, is simply breathtaking. During his Christmas message, Pope Francis urged people to reject the materialism that pervades the gift-giving season and embrace simple, balanced values. The Pope urged the faithful to push back against the excesses of modern society, which he said was so often intoxicated by consumerism and hedonism, wealth and extravagance, appearances and narcissism. The Pope continues, act soberly. In other words, in a way that is simple, balanced, consistent, and capable of seeing and doing what is essential. This running theme that I'm speaking of is that the Pope has a big issue with capitalism, and that bothers me. I admire the charitable works done by religious people all over the world, and the Catholic Church has done incredible work. But more people have been lifted out of poverty from capitalism, for example, just in the past 50 years, than the Catholic Church has lifted people out of poverty in its entire existence. More people are freer to pursue their interests and to find their life's purpose now, thanks to free enterprise, than the Catholic Church, or any church or religion, could have ever even comprehended. This should not be viewed as somehow immoral, but virtuous. And if it is God's work to help the poor, nothing can compare to how many people's lives are better off and have been better impacted from the so-called hedonism that drives and fuels people to produce and consume in a capitalist society, and the excesses of which, or I would say successes, the Church itself depends on, as it uses it for donations. Now, I personally find it hard to accept criticism on the issue of, say, guns and gun control from people who wish to ban guns when that person is a politician or a Hollywood hotshot who is surrounded by armed bodyguards. I find it equally hard to hear criticism of capitalism from a man who surrounds himself in gold, and in the same breath will say that we should help the poor when more poor people have been lifted up by capitalism than any other system. It is a shame that the birthplace of Jesus is in a state of turmoil in the Holy Land. But is the problem there modernism? No. It's a problem so far removed from modernism that it seems alien to many of us in the West. Just compare the Holy Land to, well, the Holy Land. One is surrounded by violence, and the other epitomizes modernism and commercialism. I would wager more people are fulfilled spiritually, and the holy message is spread in a far more peaceful environment in the middle of central Florida, thousands of miles away from the real Holy Land, than in the actual place where people are living in a constant state of fear. I have a great respect for many rituals and traditions, but the Holy Land example is one that shows how modernism and commercialism is greatly beneficial, even to our oldest customs and traditions. The Pope says to embrace a simple and balanced life, and individuals pursuing their own needs and interests is about as simple as you can get, and to achieve balance honestly means nothing to me. As far as I can tell, it is a useless term. I don't know what it means. What is important to me, and what I strive to be the best at, is family, health, wealth, and happiness. And the system that best helps to encourage that, and for me to be successful in, is a capitalist society. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Take care.